Today on Fresno State Focus, we talk about balancing life as an athlete and a student with the help of one resource offered by the school.
It's homecoming week. We talk about the different events on campus and how you can get involved.
Plus, Halloween is around the corner. How can you keep yourself safe during the spooky season? Fresno State Focus starts now.
It's homecoming week and events are making for a party atmosphere here on campus.
Hello and welcome to Fresno State Focus. I'm Alexis Breen.
And I'm Ricky Oakes. Being an athlete is just one aspect of college life. Just being a student is a lot too. We got a chance to see how the university helps its students when it comes to focusing on mental health, when we're also busy.
Long jump athlete Raquel Pouch is living the dream on the track. But away from the track, she's doing more than just practicing to play at the next level. She's also trying to succeed in the classroom.
Morning, then I head here to practice, and then when I go home, I just do the rest of the homework I need to do and just studying. So it's a very, very busy day for me.
School can already be a challenge. Then add in the workload of practices and homework, travel to get some meets and games. It can take a toll. That is where Halcyon Behavioral comes into play. Fresno State Athletics teamed up with Halcyon to become the go-to source when it comes to mental health.
They do have 24/7 support through our triage team. They are available 24/7, and then we connect them to outside individual therapy services.
Great, because it's basically giving you a sense of you're not alone, like you have someone or something to reach out to when you feel like lost or when you need something.
Amongst Fresno State student athletes, 25% of men and 30% of female athletes report feelings of anxiety.
100 student athletes have gotten the mental health they need. But even with that being said, coaches still put a big emphasis on focusing on your mental health.
Myself, I was a psychology major, so I see the importance in mental health as well as physical health. Any sort of mental health professional, you could view them similar to a coach. They're just coaching a different muscle, if you will.
If you're a student athlete who feels the stress that comes with performing, or you just need a resource event, contact the Bulldog Brave, Bulldog Strong website, or contact 888-425-4800. The Fresno State Alumni Association held the unveiling of the Victor E. III statue dedicated to our retired mascot. The ceremony took place outside of the Resnick Student Union from 11 to 11:30 a.m. in the North Patio. Both Victor E. III and Victor E. IV were in attendance, as attendees were able to meet and greet with them alongside some fun giveaways. This lengthy process was well worth it, as the statue portrays the true Bulldog spirit, which is determination, courage, and strength.
It's been a 2-year process. It just ended today, so I'm so just overwhelmed with the people that came, the crowd, the love in the space, to for all students, past, present, and future.
The statue is an eye-catcher as it is a whopping 150% bigger than Victor E. III's size. The Student Health and Counseling Center held its annual vaccine clinic earlier this week in a brand new location. The clinic is usually held in the Fresno State Library, but this year, for the first time, it was held in the RSU. Students in their nursing program administered the vaccines. The vaccines come at no cost to students. Nursing students say it's helpful in reaching out to those who may not have access to the vaccines.
The fact that it's on here just makes it easier for students, which increases our immunity for our community.
Over 200 students got vaccinated and received a free snack after getting their shots. The clinic happens annually, so if you missed out on this one, be sure to keep an eye out for it next year.
Every year on November 11th, we thank and honor the countless men and women who have made sacrifices to serve our country. Being a veteran presents many challenges in life, such as stress and balancing work. Well, what's that like for veterans who are students here on the Fresno State campus? Liam Cavalletta talked with several veterans on campus to find out how they manage life with school.
Xenia Zip is a Navy and Air Force veteran and a student at Fresno State.
Just having the support of other veterans here.
The geomatics engineering major says connecting with other veterans on campus has been a big help for her mental health.
You could just come in here and be your veteran self really helps, because in classes I can't just be saying random things or talking about like what my experiences were, because a lot of my classmates are just like, what are you talking about?
Jeremiah Sedano is a Navy vet. He says coming to Fresno State right after the service can be nerve-wracking.
One thing I was also looking forward to coming to campus in person was just getting involved in the campus, and they've made it so much easier for me to get information where I don't think I would have got the information if I hadn't got emails from them.
And one of the biggest issues that student veterans face here on campus, especially incoming student veterans, is a lack of resources. However, that can be found right here on campus at the Veterans Resource Center. Christy Gordon is a certifying official and an advisor at the VRC. She served in the Coast Guard and understands what student veterans are going through.
Our center, we do have a veteran counselor that is actually works for the VA but is linked with Fresno State, and so he specializes in PTSD and working with veterans, and so we can actually refer directly to him.
Reporting on campus at the Student Veterans Resource Center, Liam Cavalletta, Fresno State Focus.
The center aims to help student veterans with their education and make sure they are on the path to success. We here at Fresno State Focus want to say thank you, veterans, for your service.
In 2022, a new mayor of Mendota was elected. His name is Mayor Victor Martinez, and he is a former Bulldog. Jacqueline Alvarez introduces us to Mayor Victor Martinez, who shares some inspiration for Fresno State students.
Victor Martinez grew up in Mendota. He earned his master's degree in business and bachelor's degree in math from Fresno State.
Whatever opportunity comes in front of them, take it. You never know where that's going to lead.
It led to City Hall. Martinez was elected to the Mendota City Council in 2016. Then in November of last year, City Council members unanimously voted to appoint him as the mayor of Mendota. Martinez says his success would have not been possible without hard work and seeking opportunities.
Even if you think, that things, won't work out, or sometimes you feel a little bit afraid, and that's fine, because you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, and that means growth.
The director of Fresno State's Career Development Center says students need to remember they can do great things.
And it goes back to that networking piece and mentoring piece, where people can guide you to those opportunities and help you develop skill sets that will make you someone who's marketable to those kinds of positions.
Martinez credits his middle school teacher, Eliseo Gamino, as an important part of his success.
It's a lot of commitment, so a lot of mentoring, a lot of just being there and pushing our young leaders to take the next step so that they can experience that success. And it is a challenge. It is a challenge, but being in the field of education, we can see the talent. And this is the result.
For now, Martinez's goal is to make Mendota a better place. Jacqueline Alvarez, Fresno State Focus.
If you're interested in learning more about Mayor Martinez, go to the City of Mendota's website.
What's life without a little heartbreak? At the Wedding, directed by Kathy McKinley, opens tomorrow night with its fresh take on heartbreak. This will be McKinley's last show at Fresno State. The cast has been rehearsing every night to prepare for their big opening. The show is about coping with loss. This is Alyssa Benitez's last show. She plays the lead and says she is grateful to get to end her theater experience with McKinley as her director.
Yeah, I think she's amazing, and I think that she's going to do I hope she performs again when she, retires and gets out on stage again, because I think that's what she really loves doing. But she's a wonderful teacher and a wonderful mentor, and I couldn't have asked for a better teacher.
Who has experienced loss and has overcome it will be able to connect with this play. It is a rom-com, so you can also get a great laugh while important life themes are touched upon. Tickets are available online through the Fresno State Theater Instagram page.
Coming up on Fresno State Focus, it's time for Boo Bash, but there's no reason to be scared. We'll tell you all about it.
Kids.
And we have some fun tips to keep you from getting tricked instead of treats.
Plus, how will your Halloween? I'll have your focus on weather when we come back.
I got the Bulldog spirit up in my head.
Up in my head.
Up in my head.
I got that Bulldog spirit. Up in my head. Up in my head to say. I got that Bulldog spirit. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Got that Bulldog spirit. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart to stay. I got that Bulldog spirit. Down in my toes. Down in my toes. Down in my toes. I got that Bulldog spirit. Down in my toes. Hey. Down in my toes to stay. I got that Bulldog spirit. Up in my head. Deep in my heart. Down in my toes. I got that Bulldog spirit. All over me. All over me to stay. I got that Bulldog spirit.
Deep in my heart.
Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. I got that Bulldog spirit.
Here in the valley, our colors are blue and our waves are red. Bulldog born and Bulldog bred. From Sweeney to Hill, Carr to Tedford, those iconic lights and that old checkerboard. Inside Bulldog Stadium, we are one. This is our valley, and this year, we're doing it for you.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Liam Cavaletto, and this is your Focus on Weather. This is the scene out earlier today at the Peters building, the top floor of it. Pretty nice outside, though you can see in the lower atmosphere there is a little bit of haze going on. And if we take a look at our national satellite, we see that in the middle part of the country it is very active from central Texas through the Great Plains up to the Midwest, and even Ontario, Canada are seeing heavy amounts of rain right now. On the western satellite, more closer to our area, we are seeing some rain up in Northern California, portions of Nevada and Oregon as well, and some snow way up in the Pacific Northwest near Idaho. Nothing for our area as of now, though. Today's highs, are going to be in the 70s pretty much all around. We do have some outlying areas in the 80s, 80 for Visalia, Porterville, and Hanford, 74 for Merced, and 71 for Modesto. Today's lows, we are seeing some 40s, so bundle up. It is going to be a cold night. 42 in Mendota, 41 in Los Banos, and 43 in Stockton. Air quality, as I mentioned, is good to moderate for most areas, moderate for our portions of the valley. And then your extended outlook, we are seeing highs in the 60s, and it'll be very nice for the game and nice for Halloween on Tuesday. November 1st is Wednesday. Look for a high of 71. I'm Liam Cavaletto, and that was your Focus on Weather. Back to you, Ricky.
This is homecoming week here at Fresno State. On Monday, students got together outside the Kendall bookstore to start with homecoming activities. From painting to games, even live music, there was no lack of festivities for students. Homecoming week runs for the remainder of this week, leading to its final event. The Bulldogs will take on the UNLV Running Rebels Saturday night.
Homecoming week means it's all about Bulldog spirit. Tonight, the Bulldog Bowl is hosting game night, which features bowling, billiards, board games, and more fun stuff.
It's free for all Fresno State students and goes from 7 to 10 tonight. Cameron Butler is there to tell us more. Cameron?
Hi guys, yeah, I'm here at the Bulldog Bowl where game night tonight for homecoming week is going to be kicking off from 7 to 10. I'm also here with Brianna Palmas. She was the coordinator for this. Can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about what to expect tonight for the event?
So tonight we're going to have free lanyards and free pins as well as some free stickers. You can enjoy free bowling, free billiards. As you know, there's no place like Fresno State, our theme. So we want to show off one of our greatest assets, the Bulldog Bowl.
Definitely. And that sounds like a lot of fun. What do you guys expect the turnout to be tonight?
Our turnout has been really great for homecoming week. We've had more than 500 people at each event so far. So we really hope our turnout is around 300.
Oh, wow. That should be a really good turnout. So with all of that, do you guys expect like there to be like a little bit of wait time, or everybody's like kind of just gather, have a good time of music and stuff like that?
Yes. There may be a little bit of wait time, but the Bulldog Bowl staff will work diligently to make sure that everyone gets a turn.
Perfect. Fantastic. That sounds great. So again, that is tonight from 7 to 10. Live from the Bulldog Bowl, Cameron Butler, Fresno State Focus.
I'm here with Ray Hoke, a second-year student on the homecoming committee, to see what it takes to plan homecoming each year. Thank you so much for joining me. So I was wondering, how early do you guys start planning homecoming for the fall?
We start planning homecoming the spring semester before, and we work through summer and into fall.
Okay, nice. Wow, so a couple months in advance. So what's your role in all of this?
I'm on the homecoming committee, which is our student committee that gets together every week, and we plan of like what's going to be at the events and what's going to happen.
Yeah, so this is like an event like totally run by the students for the most part, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's so fun. So what kind of things do you consider when it goes into like planning for the theme or brainstorming, that kind of stuff?
For the theme, we want new Bulldogs and former Bulldogs to be proud of like Fresno State itself.
Yeah. So what other events do we have? I know it's already Wednesday, but what other events are there like looking forward for the rest of the week?
So tomorrow we have 2 events. We have live band karaoke at night, and then on Friday we have our Boo Bash, which I'm also very excited for.
Well, yay. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited for the rest of the events and the game this weekend. Thank you again.
There's no place like Fresno State, and homecoming week sure is proving that. We've already shown you how things got started on Monday. Homecoming festivities are in full effect today as well, and that means tons of chances for the campus community to enjoy the fun. One of the most anticipated events is the Bulldog Boo Bash, happening this Friday from 7 to 10 at the Resnick Student Union.
You get to dress up in your costume, and like it just gives you like a fun event to do during the Halloween weekend that's going to be happening this weekend, so it's pretty cool.
Don't be shy. Wear your costume and show off your Halloween spirit.
Celebrate homecoming and Halloween can be a wild combination. Many students will spend the weekend celebrating by going to parties with their friends. Here are some tips to have fun this weekend while staying safe. The weekend leading up to Halloween is known at many colleges to be full of parties and events to celebrate the holiday. Child Development Senior Liliana Garza keeps safety in mind when she goes out.
I still try to keep aware of my surroundings, who's passing me, watching out, especially even for my friends too, if there's people looking around, just stuff like that.
Garza occasionally ends up walking late at night to go to different events. Campus Police PIO, Amy Luna, has some reminders to stay safe and responsible this holiday weekend.
It's really important that you make a plan for your weekend, that you communicate that plan with your friends and family.
Luna encourages students to share their plans with friends and families, just as an extra precaution. That way, someone always knows where you're going and who you're going with. She also says to be careful when dressing up.
We like to just kind of discourage any kind of costume that would have any sort of weapon that could look real, where it could be mistaken. We've seen issues with that in the past. And then just being mindful of your surroundings.
Remember to always use crosswalks that are well lit when crossing the street. Fresno State also offers blue light telephones on campus if you are in immediate danger. For more information or if you need help, you can contact Fresno State Police Department by calling 559-278-8400. Create a plan, stay with your friends, and don't be afraid to call for help when needed. And remember, drink responsibly. Safety always comes first.
Coming up in sports, we take a look at what's to come in women's hoops as the season kicks off soon.
Plus, we learn more about the team that is serving up a tremendous bounce-back year. Stay tuned for sports.
Here in the Valley, our colors are blue and our waves are red. Bulldog born and Bulldog bred. Generations linked forever by traditions that have stood the test of time. Inside our stadiums, we are one. This is our Valley, and this year, we're doing it for you.
At Fresno State, being bold means committing to something greater than yourself. It's learning by doing and nurturing leaders to advance our shared future. It's using research to create a better life for those around us and healing those who need us most. These are our stories, because at Fresno State, bold begins here.
Fresno State football returns to Valley Children's Stadium for the first time in nearly a month. The Bulldogs welcomed the 6-1 UNLV Runnin' Rebels for homecoming night. During halftime, though, the university will be honoring former head coach Pat Hill as he is inducted into the Fresno State Ring of Honor. Fresno State baseball will retire the numbers 29 and 44 next month in honor of Aaron Judge and Mike Batesel. The pair of legendary Diamond Dogs will be recognized during halftime of the football game against New Mexico on November 18th. Fresno State head coach Ryan Overland had high praise for the duo.
One day or one honor and just their number out, there's so much more that they deserve for their contributions to this program. But them, I think both of them coming in together, I know they're both excited to share the weekend and share the time and have their numbers here in the stadium forever.
The jersey retirement will take place at P. Biden Field on September 19th at 1 o'clock. Following the ceremony, the team will have an open scrimmage. The event will be free to the public, but admission is first come, first serve. Speaking of serves, the Fresno State women's volleyball team is scorching hot. A 5-game winning streak has vaulted the Dogs into 4th place in the Mountain West Conference. The Bulldogs swept Wyoming on Saturday in 3 sets and continued the action on Tuesday, taking 3 of 4 from Nevada. Thanks to their efforts, from Brooke Cowie and Dione Fraga were named Conference Players of the Week.
It's super exciting. I think, we're finally getting recognition we deserve as a team as a whole. But also, I've been working really hard with Jerome, my setting coach, and I think it's finally paying off.
The Dogs will look to extend their streak to 6 games at the Seymour Center tomorrow night as they host San Jose State. The game will start at 6 o'clock. The NBA season began last night, which means we are inching closer to some basketball action at the Seymour Center as well. The women's basketball team has an exhibition match on Friday against Laverne. Joining us today is the forward for the Fresno State women's basketball team, Miss Sydney Deathman. Sydney, thank you so much for joining us out of your busy schedule.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So first off, you played a big impact in the team last semester as a sophomore, not only starting for a majority of the season, but you also were leading in offensive rebounds and also in field goal percentage. How is that experience going to help you out heading into this year?
Yeah, so we're a new team, so I think having that little experience is really gives us a step forward, and I think just being able for myself to work on that as we inch forward to season is going to help us also.
Yeah, and you talk about it being a new team. It's a young team. 2/3 of the roster is underclassmen. How's it been like being a leader as one of the few upperclassmen?
Yeah, it's super exciting. I mean, it's always fun to have a new team, but taking that leadership role, like going in front for all the drills and just showing them how it's done and just leading by example and with effort and attitude.
And then one last thing is the Red Wave. They tend to show up big. We've seen it for football. Why should the Red Wave show up big at the Seymour Center for women's basketball?
I think the Red Wave should show up every single game. It's super impactful and it's great. I mean, we're the only big basketball Division I at the Safe Mart Center, and it's just great to see the community follow and have them behind our backs.
Sydney, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I really appreciate it. We appreciate it. And once again, you can catch your first glimpse of the Lady Dogs in action this Friday at the SMC. And remember, admission is free for students. The Fresno State Esports program is halfway through their season. All teams are now in week 4 of their conference seasons. 4 of the 5 esports teams are currently sitting with a record above 500, with Rocket League's blue team and the Overwatch blue team both maintaining a perfect 3-0 record.
It's been pretty fun so far. Like I said, I'm not used to this competitiveness of Overwatch. I'm used to playing casual, but I'm having a lot of fun playing competitiveness in Overwatch 2.
Resumes tonight with League of Legends having a preseason rematch with Okanagan at 8. Tomorrow, the Overwatch team looks to remain undefeated against Montana, and both Rocket League teams play on Friday. All matches will be streamed on the Fresno State Esports Twitch channel. Jumping from video games, we move to games on a physical playing field. Let's take a look at what is happening with the rest of Fresno State athletics. We are going to be seeing double tomorrow. Both Fresno State women's soccer and volleyball are playing at home against San Jose State. Soccer starts at 6, volleyball at 7. Friday, cross country will be competing in Boise in the Mountain West Conference Cross Country Championships. Swim and dive begin their 2-day meet against Nevada at the Aquatic Center at 4 o'clock on Friday. And as we just talked about, women's basketball debuts with an exhibition match at the St. Martin Center against Laverne at 6. Saturday, softball has a doubleheader facing off against both Fullerton and Loyola Marymount down south. And closing things out for homecoming week will be Fresno State football in a potential season-altering game against the UNLV Runnin' Rebels at Valley Children's Stadium Saturday night at 7:30. And that's been your Focus on Sports. Back to you, Lexi.
It's an incredible honor to earn a master's degree from Fresno State. Very few students get to hang up more than one degree on the wall. But that's exactly what Bobby Brown and Ever Shahady get to do. With the opening of the graduate art show titled Timeless Tales this Thursday from 5 to 8 at the Phoebe Connolly Art Gallery. These two look back at their artistic journeys.
You just look back at all your work while it's in there, laying next to each other, and some of them up on the wall, some of them aren't, and you get to see that you did some really awesome work over the years.
The grad show is free and open to the public, so be sure to make it out there tomorrow before these amazing artists leave Fresno State.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Ken. I love that we're both wearing pink just in time for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, our last show of October.
I mean, what a perfect time. I mean, let's be honest. We're both feeling like 10s, right?
Yeah, definitely Ken enough over here. Are you going to be Ken for Halloween?
I'm actually going to be Ken at work, and then I'm going to dress up in my Spidey suit in the night.
Oh, how exciting. I'm so excited for Halloween this weekend, and I hope you have a safe and fun weekend. I don't know what I'm going to be yet, but I think I want to be a mermaid. I don't know.
Ooh, a mermaid would be good.
I think it'd be so fun, right?
It would be totally fun.
Yeah, and I love mermaids. I always wanted to be a mermaid when I was little, so I guess it's time to dress up as one.
What a perfect time.
Next week on Fresno State Focus, we will take a look at the new LGBTQ2+ minor being offered here on campus.
Plus, we take you courtside to learn about the Fresno State Tennis Club.
Also, we'll look at student involvement at football games.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys next week.
Happy Halloween.